Hello, welcome back to the Legacy Canine Training Podcast. I'm your host, Teresa, the owner and operator of Legacy Canine Training. So, today I want to talk about communication. Communicating with your dog is everything. The way that they communicate with you and the way that you communicate with them, it's absolutely important. And I mean, oftentimes it's hard to understand what our dogs are trying to say because they don't speak human, right? So we have to try to figure out what it is that they're trying to say by the certain behaviors that they're exhibiting. So I just want to talk about just the basics first. Owning or handling a dog, you have to have a certain energy about you. You have to be the leader, because if you don't, then the dog is going to do it. And they don't know how to make decisions, based upon what humans do. They know how to be dogs. That's what they do. And being a dog and being a human, we know, is two different things. So it's important to know how to be the leader for your dog. If you can't do that part, all of the rest of it's not going to work. That is absolutely necessary. You have to be alpha. You have to be the pack leader. Even if it's just you and the dog, that's your pack. And you have to be the leader. And it isn't just about giving your dogs commands and, that's your way of being the leader. No, you have to be the leader by, yes, giving your dog commands, but why are you giving your dog the command in the first place? See, I notice, like, when I do sessions with clients, they're trying to just remember what I'm saying instead of understanding what I'm saying. They're just trying to memorize it, and when this happens, I'm supposed to do this. But you got to understand why you're doing it in the first place. Like, what is it that you're trying to communicate with your dog? How you do it's not really that important. Technique, I always say, technique really isn't that serious. You just have to, because that's why certain things work with some dogs and they don't work with other dogs, because technique really isn't important. What are you communicating to the dog? That's what's important. How you do it doesn't really matter as long as it's being communicated properly, right? So you cannot be telling your dog tell your dog to sit, but really in your mind you're not even expecting him to sit. Like, you're going to communicate that to your dog without even realizing it because of the energy that you're giving out. No, when you command a dog and you expect them to do what it is that you're saying to do. Because the way that you carry yourself when you do it, the way that you exert energy when you do it, that's what they pick up on. It isn't the word itself. They don't know human language. They know dog. Dogs communicate by energy. So you have to have that mindset, that body posture, that just knowing that your dog is going to do what you're telling them to do. It's not really hard to train a dog if you got that part down. If you can communicate, you can say what you mean and mean what you say to your dog. Simple. That's how I'm able to use. It doesn't matter what tool I have, what kind of leash I have, because I have that energy of when I say something, I expect the dog to follow, right? I'm the leader. They're following. So if there's a behavior that your dog is exhibiting that you don't like, it's your job to communicate to your dog that, hey, I don't like this. Stop doing it, right? A lot of people will start the process, but when the dog doesn't listen, they just give up. No, you have to stay consistent. You have to always, when the dog does this, you have to tell them, no, I don't like this. Stop doing it. And until they stop doing it, we don't continue doing anything. Just like, for example, your dog jumps up on the couch and you don't want your dog on the couch. Well, you tell your dog off and then give them something else to do. Don't just say, no, don't do it. Well, okay, what am I supposed to do then? Right? What are you communicating? And then the dog will more than likely jump right back on the couch, and you have to just keep consistently telling your dog no. Give them something else to do. There has to be a consequence for behavior that, you know, that they're doing that you don't like. It can't just be, oh, I tried. No, keep going with it until they get it. So yeah, it starts right there. And if you can't get that part, none of the techniques will work anyways, because you're missing that part, that most important part. Because that's what you're essentially communicating with your dog, is that I'm the leader, you're the follower. What I say, you do. Now, it's not like you have to be just straight military with your dog. Like, let your dog be a dog, cool, but there's a time and there's a place for it, right? When I need you to act right, that's what I need you to do. When it's time to play, it's cool, go do your thing. But when I need you to act right, you got to act right. You got to be able to get it together. So I don't want to make this too long, but that's just the basics of having a dog and dog training. Is you got to have that energy of you're the boss. All right. If you guys need any help, anything, feel free to message me. You can find me on legacyk9training.com. Find us on Instagram, Facebook. So hope this was helpful.